Well, this is going to be slightly a surprise, isn't it? Hello you sexy beasts and welcome back to War Thunder. And welcome to something rather special actually, something we haven't ever done before. Lads, we are in sim mode. As you can see by the webcam, we now have a HOTAS system, a full joystick and throttle control. This is the Thrustmaster T16000M TCS. This package particularly includes the joystick and throttle control. There you can actually buy pedals separately, or you can even buy these individual pieces separately. Before I start the video, I do want to make clear, this has been sent to me by Thrustmaster, so special thanks to them. This is not a review, I just have received this yesterday and I'm a complete sim noob. This is more about my first experience in sim, and so that you guys can actually see how it flies with a joystick enabled. Now we are going to try and fly the F4U1C, I suppose. I am on the event, oh god, carrier takeoff. Okay, so before we take off, basic controls. Let's see, once you are on the deck you can actually go around, just it doesn't work because, well, the carrier is messing up. Okay, so, basic controls. If you look on the top left corner, you can see that when we increase the throttle, it increases the throttle, of course. This is the throttle control. Other options, of course, main control. Pushing the joystick will increase the increase and decrease the pitch of the aircraft. This will roll it. And then this joystick also has a twist function, which you can control the rudder, which I can actually not show you because this thing doesn't have any real visibility. You'll just have to trust me and see how it goes in flight. Now the good thing about this is actually, doing it just with this can be kind of complicated when you are in a dogfight and you want to accurately shoot something. But you can actually control the rudder with this here as well, which is on the throttle control. Which means that you can actually pretty accurately fly and shoot down stuff. In fact, me being a complete sim noob, I've been playing sim for like 4, 5, 6 hours now, maybe, and I've already gotten a couple of kills. Of course, I died much more because I keep on crashing into the sea or into the ground whilst trying to outmaneuver something that's behind me. Which, by the way, trying to maneuver against something in sim is extremely hard because you can't really control the side very well. I don't have a head track system. In fact, the only thing I have is a little joystick here on the throttle control, which I can look left, right, and up and down, but it's not exactly the most, well, most unsensitive. It's kind of harsh, really. And then I can look down with the little joystick on the joystick itself. I can actually look backwards and control that as well. But for example, I can't look to the left side. Actually, I'm looking to the left side, but I can't look to the right side. So if something comes up from the right side, I cannot see them. Okay, what else do we have? Of course, we have fire with the trigger, which I'm not going to do right now, else we're going to reload on the carrier. We have trim options, we have options to drop the bombs, we have options to drop rockets, which we don't have equipped on this aircraft. And we have flap options as well. You can control the flaps with a little lever that's over here. And I guess the only thing that's left to do, really, is to try and take off. Now, taking off in sim is completely different from taking off in realistic mode, simply because engine torque, you don't get an instructor in sim, and as such, engine torque will fuck you over. But hopefully we're going to be able to take off and stop this madness. Slight twist of the rudder to counteract the engine torque. Very gently push the stick, trying to crash into the tower. And off we go. Button on the button here takes in the gear. Let's get the flaps up. No holes anywhere. Alright, lads, we are in the air. Now, as you can see, this is something very important. Or something that you have to do yourself that, again, is not a factor in sim mode, in realistic mode. As you can see, the torque of the engine is making our aircraft go left, right? When I disable the engine, there's no problem. But when I enable the engine full force, the torque of the engine is making us roll to the left. So what you can do, and actually what you really have to do in sim, is to trim the control surfaces. Click the button, okay, we still need a little bit up, maybe a little bit of a trim to the rudder. That was a little bit too much of a trim to the rudder. Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close. Right, there we go. As you can see now, hands off the joystick, hands off the controls, it's flying mostly perfectly straight. Now, with this Thrustmaster system, you do have a lot of buttons at your disposal. I've shown some of the melee controls on the joystick and on the throttle control already, but you also have 12 buttons here on the bottom of the joystick, which is way more than I'm ever going to need. Now, I am not flying with manual engine control, simply because I do not know how to. I never really delved into that area of War Thunder, but I'm guessing that you can really use that with that system, with that aspect of the game. You do, of course, still have full control over your mouse and your keyboard, just not quite as nicely. By the way, something is attacking our carriers, which I feel like shooting. Now in sim mode, you don't really get target markers. I'm not sure if this is something that's exclusive to this event, but when you do get close enough to a friendly aircraft, it does show you the name of the friendly above it. Which means that you're rarely going to really team kill unless you fire from very far away. Which, by the way, is really quite hard because, well, you don't exactly have much space below the gun sight to actually see anything. And 96k. Is that the guy above? I have a feeling that's the guy above, but I cannot see anymore. As you can see, I'm actually not sure if you can actually see this on the video at all, but all I'm seeing is some black dots in the sky, right? That's literally all I'm seeing right now. And essentially, what I personally do to engage enemies is to just look for tracers. For example, if you stay above your friendly units, like these carriers over here, if they start firing AA fire at something, chances are it's an enemy. They don't fire at teammates, right? So that's generally a good indication of enemies being around the area. Of course, it's a good habit to always look behind you. It just doesn't really work with this aircraft because it doesn't really have much rear visibility. I do think there are ways to actually make your player heads move closer to the window, for example, so they actually can actually look behind you. I just haven't figured out how to set that up correctly yet. So that was a good idea to look at the map as well. We're currently controlling most of the island, which means that actually if we fly over there, chances are we are actually going to spot enemies that are being engaged by AA. Now, I have to say one thing. I kind of always was afraid of going to sim mode, right? Especially when I didn't have a joystick. Just forget it. I tried playing sim during Confederation once, played about 2 games, and actually got a kill with that. Right? So it wasn't too bad. You can actually fly the aircraft. The problem is, with mouse aim, it's really hard to do any kind of maneuvers or even get accurate fire into an enemy, right? Because you don't really get the feedback, you don't really get anything. Would you say you actually get a little bit of a feedback? The joystick it feels heavy, right? There's some quite stiff springs, so it really gives you a kind of a feedback. It doesn't really have active feedback, I don't think, but it does give you a nice flying sensation, if that makes any sense. And so it's just really enjoyable to play this, to fly an aircraft in sim mode, just really flying around. And given that getting a kill in sim is quite substantially harder than it is in realistic mode, it actually feels so much more satisfying getting kills in sim mode. Like, not even kidding. When I got my first kill, which, by the way, my first kill in sim mode was against a H6K which was already burning, so it wasn't really hard, right? Big, fat, slow target. Nothing really too challenging about that. But still, it felt so incredibly satisfying that, well, I couldn't help but just smile. I killed something, right? And that was actually my very first game. I'm sad I didn't record that properly. Oh, let's see if that's an enemy. I'm sad I didn't record that properly, but it was really quite an experience. Now, that's... okay, that's a friendly FOU, never mind. The Japanese do get FOUs as well. I don't actually think we're going to be able to engage anything this game, given that the game is just about to end here. Yep. Game has just ended, so let's actually try and go into a second match and try to actually kill something. Alright, here we are, and it's a night battle too. This is actually my very first night battle in sim mode. This is going to be absolutely disastrous, by the way. Just warning you. Now, let's try and take off. Takeoff flaps enabled, and pull off there. Whoa, 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 what the fuck? Okay. Okay, engine is warmed up. Flaps are enabled. Quick test of the ailerons, yes. Can't exactly look behind me still. Well, shit, let's go. Are we up? Yes, yes we are. Alright. This time we didn't just crash into the sea. Alright, well, I guess taking out the FOU-1C is not going to be a thing. Which, by the way, leads me to another point here that I wanted to mention. Sim mode actually allows you to take out aircraft that you otherwise wouldn't. For example, the FOU-1C is an aircraft that I would never take out in realistic mode simply because it's way too sluggish and not fast enough for its VR. But since the matchmaking in sim mode is quite a bit different, it isn't really just a ±1, it's whatever is available in the weekly list. For example, here in this event, you can take any aircraft between 3.7 and 4.7, right? And the FOU-1C being a 4.3, all it's going to face is 4.7 maximum battle rating, right? And even then, since enemies can't really see you and positively ID you from across the map or maneuver with you the same way they can in realistic modes. Realistic mode is much more about dogfights, so you can always see the enemy. Realistic sim mode isn't like that. It's more about having a good eye, spotting an enemy, and trying to get in their tail without them noticing you, right? That's kind of the theme with sim mode. Now I think I can see some dots over there. Those do look like bombers, which are always a nice thing to have. By the way, oh my god, the moon's reflection is absolutely awesome on this water.
Attention to the designated grid square.
Oh 09, where's that? Yep. Going right after that. Going right after that, roger that. Now sim mode is really quite relaxing, I have to say. The flying itself, right? The flying itself is really quite relaxing. It isn't quite as relaxing when you have enemies on your ass, especially in this aircraft where you can't really see behind you. Which also is another interesting factor. I do kind of judge aircraft by their ability to look behind you. Stuff like the A7M, for example, is a perfect example. I love the A7M in sim mode, simply because you have such a good visibility behind you. It's awesome. Stuff like the Focke-Wulf as well. You can actually look pretty well behind you in the Focke-Wulf. Then you have stuff like the FOU-1C, which can't see anything. The F4F can't see anything in there either. Let's see if we can actually approach this guy. Looks like some kind of torpedo bomber. Okay, we got some guns on. He's smoking, which actually makes him quite a bit easier to see now as well. There he is. Okay. Not sure if you guys can see that. It's going to be a bit dark over here, isn't it? Where did he go? There he is. Chick, of course, is going to be getting behind him without crashing into the sea, which is kind of a bad habit that I have, really. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Yeah, that always fucks me up. That really always fucks me up. Okay, let's go to throttle. Let's try and get behind this guy. There he is, okay. Flaps engaged. I'll get a little bit of throttle just in case, you know. Come on. If you can get one kill, that would be fucking amazing, by the way. Not like that. Not like that. Not like that. And we have an oil leak. Actually, no, we got him! We got him! Nice! We got a sim kill! Alright, now this is all that I really wanted to do this game. So, I'm guessing what we should try now is actually try and carry land. Oh god, it's going to be awful. Guys, close your eyes. I'm going to be right away asking for excuses, right, if I do fail. Because chances are I am going to fail. There's no chance I'm going to land on the carrier. So, keep that in mind, alright? It's an enemy. It is an enemy, isn't it? Oh no, okay, never mind. I was just about to shoot that guy down. So let's approach onto the carrier. Let's get the gear out. I'm going slightly too high, by the way. Come on. Which one do we want to land on? Well, fuck, failed approach. Okay. Gear back in. Go around for another round. We do have an oil leak and our engine is overheating, but so far no engine damage taken. But we do definitely have to land this thing, or we're going to die sooner or later. So I really just want to land this thing somehow. Let's make a wide circle. I just want to have as much of an approach as I can, essentially. Okay. Turn around. By the way, you can't really pull the stick too hard or you're going to stall at one of your wings, which is not a good experience, I have to say. Not one of my most favorable moments ever. Oh shit. It's going to be a hard landing, boys. It's going to be a very hard landing. Nope. That did not work. That did not work. Okay. Now the trick with carry landing, of course, is getting the... Oh, well, never mind. I think we... Did we win that? Apparently not, actually. Oh, interesting. In some words, it doesn't seem like you can actually win just by destroying the carriers. You have to actually... I'm not even sure what you have to do. Honestly, I'm a complete sim noob. So, actually, guys, whilst you're flying around and trying to actually land on the goddamn carrier, how about you guys tell me, if you are a sim player, what kind of tips can you give me? You see me fly, you see me get a kill, which was very badly executed, you saw me crash off of a takeoff, and you see me having struggles with landing, right? So, guys, especially those who are really into the sim, into the whole sim thing, what kind of tips can you give me? How should I set up my controls? How should I approach sim flying in general? Where should I fly? What aircraft should I look at? And given that I actually really like sim mode so far, I guess I'm going to start doing more sim videos. It's going to be rather interesting. Oh god, I can't even see anything with this goddamn oil. Alright. Now, can we land? That is a question. I can't see shit. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, you know what, lads? I'm just going to cut off this video here. I'm going to try and continue landing, but it's probably not going to happen. So, lads, thank you very much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, and if you are a sim enthusiast and you want to see more sim gameplay, do let me know by liking this video and tell me what you think in the comment section down below. Now we are really starting to overheat. Ooh, I think we really just ran out of oil. Anyways, lads, as always, if you're new around here, don't subscribe just yet. Go to the channel, check out the rest of the gameplay, see what you like. Most of our battles so far have been in realistic mode. This is literally my first ever sim video, so yeah. But chances are we're going to see more sim videos soon-ish, as soon as I get a hang of it. Anyways, lads, my name has been MikeGoesBoom, and thank you very much for watching. Whee! Don't crash, please. No! I landed it! Come on! Ah, god damn it.
You can lift your head up to the sky, take a deeper breath and give it time. You can walk the path among the lines with your shattered frame of mind. Or instead you could always stay. We can wait right here and play until somehow you can find